There's something undeniably exciting about getting your hands on a brand new car. The paint gleams, the interior smells fresh, and every feature feels like it's been designed just for you. For many people, that new car feeling is a symbol of achievement, a reward for hard work, or simply the thrill of driving something state-of-the-art. Whether it's the latest Tesla Model Y or another shiny vehicle, the experience is hard to beat. But let's be honest, cars are expensive. The price tag on a new vehicle can be staggering, and that's before you even factor in taxes, insurance, and all the other costs that come with ownership. For most of us, buying a car is one of the biggest purchases we'll ever make, right up there with buying a house or paying for college. It's a major investment, and it's only natural to want to protect that investment as much as possible. That's why warranties are so important. A warranty is more than just a piece of paper. It's a promise from the manufacturer that if something goes wrong, you won't be left to deal with the consequences alone. It's a safety net that covers unexpected repairs, mechanical failures, and sometimes even roadside assistance. For many car owners, knowing that their vehicle is under warranty brings a sense of security and confidence every time they hit the road. Imagine the stress of your car breaking down unexpectedly. Maybe it's a strange noise from the engine, a warning light on the dashboard, or something more serious. Without a warranty, you could be facing a repair bill that runs into the thousands. But with a warranty, you have peace of mind. You know that if something breaks, you won't be left holding a giant, expensive bag of car parts wondering how you'll pay for it all. Instead, you can focus on getting back on the road as quickly as possible. But what happens when those warranties disappear faster than a Tesla on autopilot? It's a scenario that's becoming all too real for some car owners. One moment you think you're covered, and the next, you're told your warranty is void. Sometimes for reasons that seem confusing or unfair. It's a frustrating experience, especially when you've done everything right and followed all the rules. That's the question at the heart of a new lawsuit against Tesla. Some owners are finding themselves in a legal battle, arguing that their warranties were canceled or denied without proper explanation. The stakes are high, not just for the people involved, but for anyone who owns a car and relies on their warranty for protection. The outcome of this case could set a precedent for how car companies handle warranties in the future. And at the center of it all is a little device most people probably haven't thought about since their last driver's test: the odometer. This simple instrument, which quietly tracks every mile you drive, is now playing a starring role in a much bigger story about consumer rights, corporate responsibility, and what it really means to have a warranty. So, how did something as basic as an odometer become the focus of a legal showdown? Let's take a closer look. The odometer, that little number ticker on your dashboard. It tells you how far you've driven. Seems simple, right? But it's not just about bragging rights for your next road trip story. Your odometer determines when your car is due for maintenance and, crucially, when your warranty expires. So if your odometer is lying, your warranty could be gone before you can say Elon Musk. Here's the deal. A new lawsuit claims that Tesla intentionally rigged its car's odometers to rack up miles faster than normal. Why? Because if your warranty expires sooner, Tesla might be off the hook for costly repairs. The lawsuit filed in California argues that this practice is unfair and deceptive to Tesla owners, who rely on accurate mileage for everything from warranty coverage to resale value. Meet Nairi Hinton, the lead plaintiff in this unfolding legal battle against Tesla. Nairi is not just another car owner. She's someone who, like so many others, was drawn to the promise of a cleaner, more exciting future on the road. Her story begins with hope, anticipation, and the thrill of joining a movement that's changing the way we drive. In 2020, Nairi made a big decision. She bought a brand new Tesla Model Y. For her, it wasn't just about owning a car, it was about being part of the electric revolution. She imagined road trips with zero emissions, smooth drives powered by cutting-edge technology, and the satisfaction of knowing she was helping the planet. Like many Tesla buyers, she was excited to be at the forefront of innovation, eager to experience the future of driving firsthand. But that excitement didn't last. Instead of the carefree adventures she'd envisioned, Nairi soon found herself facing a series of unexpected problems. What started as a dream quickly turned into a source of stress and anxiety. She began noticing issues with her car that she never anticipated, and the joy of ownership was replaced by frustration and worry. The financial burden started to mount, and her electric dreams began to unravel. One of the most troubling discoveries was with her Model Y's odometer. Nairi claims that the odometer was seriously overestimating the number of miles she was driving. This wasn't just a minor glitch, it had major consequences. Every mile counted by the odometer brought her closer to the end of her warranty, and she started to suspect that the numbers weren't adding up. She kept careful records, but the mileage kept climbing faster than she believed it should. By the time the odometer hit 50,000 miles, the exact point when her warranty expired, Nairi was hit with a massive repair bill. Her car's suspension had failed, and the cost to fix it was staggering, $10,000. With the warranty just out of reach, she was left to cover the entire expense herself. The timing felt suspicious, and the financial impact was devastating. What was supposed to be a reliable, state-of-the-art vehicle had become a source of major stress and unexpected costs. That's when Nairi decided to take action. She filed a lawsuit, arguing that if the odometer had been accurate, her car would still be under warranty, and Tesla would be responsible for the repairs. Her case raises big questions about consumer rights, the reliability of high-tech vehicles, and what happens when the technology we trust lets us down. Nairi's fight isn't just about her own car, it's about holding automakers accountable and making sure that the promise of the electric revolution lives up to its potential. This lawsuit isn't just about Nairi, it's about every Tesla owner who might be affected by this alleged odometer issue. It's a class action lawsuit, meaning it represents a large group of people, potentially over 1 million Tesla drivers in California alone. The lawsuit seeks financial compensation for drivers who were hit with repair costs that should have been covered by their warranties. And it also demands that Tesla comes clean about this alleged odometer manipulation and, fixes the problem for good. So what does Tesla have to say about all of this? Well, in a move that will surprise absolutely no one, Tesla denies any wrongdoing. They haven't released a detailed statement about the lawsuit, but honestly, it's not the first time they've faced legal challenges over their car's performance. This pattern of denial is becoming a recurring theme for Tesla, and it raises some serious questions about their commitment to transparency and accountability. This isn't Tesla's first rodeo when it comes to lawsuits over potentially misleading claims about their cars. Remember the whole range anxiety thing? Tesla has been hit with multiple lawsuits alleging that they inflated the advertised driving range of their vehicles. These cases are still ongoing, but they definitely highlight a pattern of Tesla facing scrutiny over the accuracy of their claims. The odometer lawsuit is still in its early stages, and it's honestly too soon to say how it will play out. If the court rules in favor of the plaintiffs, it could have major implications for Tesla. They could be forced to pay millions in damages, issue software updates to correct odometer readings, or even face stricter regulations on their technology. On the other hand, if Tesla successfully defends itself, it could set a precedent that makes it harder for consumers to hold them accountable for similar issues in the future. This case goes beyond faulty odometers and expensive repairs. At its core, it's about something much deeper: trust. Trust is the invisible contract that binds consumers and companies together. When you walk into a dealership or browse for a car online, you're not just buying a vehicle, you're investing in the promise that the company will be honest with you, that they'll stand by their product, and that you'll be treated fairly if something goes wrong. Without trust, the entire system starts to break down. Consumers need to be able to trust that the companies they buy from are being truthful and transparent, not just about the price or the features, but about every detail that could affect their safety, their finances, and their peace of mind. When you're making one of the biggest purchases of your life, you deserve to know exactly what you're getting. That means clear information about warranties, honest reporting of a car's history, and accurate readings on things like the odometer, especially when it comes to something as important as a car. For many families, a car isn't just a way to get from point A to point B, it's a lifeline. It's how you get to work, take your kids to school, visit loved ones, and explore new places. The stakes are high, and that's why transparency matters so much. When companies cut corners or hide the truth, it's not just a business decision, it's a breach of the trust that people place in them every day. As electric vehicles become increasingly popular, the need for trust and transparency is only growing. EVs represent a new era in transportation, one that promises cleaner air, lower emissions, and a more sustainable future. But with new technology comes new challenges. Consumers are navigating unfamiliar territory, from battery life and charging infrastructure to software updates and digital dashboards. They're relying on companies to guide them honestly through this transition. That's why it's crucial that companies like Tesla are held accountable for their actions. Tesla, as a leader in the electric vehicle market, sets the tone for the entire industry. When they make decisions, good or bad, other companies take notice. If they're transparent and responsible, it encourages others to follow suit. But if they cut corners or mislead customers, it can erode trust across the board, making people hesitant to embrace new technology. The future of transportation, honestly, depends on it. Imagine a world where electric vehicles are the norm, where cities are quieter and the air is cleaner. That future is within reach, but only if consumers feel confident that the companies leading the charge are acting with integrity. If trust is broken, progress slows. People become wary of innovation, and the dream of a sustainable future slips further away. So the next time you get behind the wheel, take a moment to think about what your car represents. It's not just a machine, it's a symbol of the relationship between you and the people who built it. Every time you turn the key or press the start button, you're putting your faith in a complex system of promises, regulations, and ethical standards. Take a look at your odometer. That little display is more than just a number, it's a record of your journey, a testament to the miles you've traveled and the experiences you've had. But it's also a reminder of how much you rely on accurate information to make decisions about your safety, your finances, and your future. It might be telling you more than just how many miles you've driven. It could be a signal about the health of your car, the honesty of the seller, or the reliability of the brand. In some cases, it might even be a warning sign that something isn't right. That's why it's so important to pay attention, not just to the numbers, but to the bigger picture of trust and accountability. It might be a reminder that even in the age of electric cars, where technology is advancing at a rapid pace and vehicles are becoming more connected than ever, the basic principles of honesty and responsibility still matter. No matter how much the industry changes, the need for transparency remains constant. Some things never change, like the importance of holding powerful companies accountable for their actions. As we move into the future, let's demand more from the companies we trust with our safety, our money, and our dreams. Because in the end, the road ahead is only as strong as the trust that paves it.